What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Come on in, child. We doing double duty tonight. We taking advantage of El Teddy being on vacation. I'm keeping not vacation on travel. I'm keeping y'all entertained. All right. So this is the lawsuit for Buzzbee. Tony Buzzbee is the attorney that has been in the headlines. He is the one that is involved in this case with Jay-Z. He has also filed probably about 15 lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, which is where the Jay-Z piece comes into play. Allegedly, Jay-Z was a part of one of these alleged assaults that's in the lawsuit. Also, Tony Buzzbee has also been linked. Y'all can check his resume, child. He's been linked to other high-profile cases in the past. And there's also a connection with Buzzbee and what's my man? The guy out of Houston, the one that owns Rap-A-Lot Records. Ooh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Child, who am I talking about, y'all? Put it in the chat. Y'all know I can't, my name, y'all know the names be getting away from me. Someone is spiking our tea. Listen, so he has been sued by a former client who alleges that Buzzbee is not paying the clients. He is alleging that Buzzbee is holding on to a part of his settlement. Now, Jay Prince, thank you, Ray Ray. Thank you, boo. Now, let me be honest with you guys. That is a serious accusation. I told you guys the other day that lawyers will tell you that that is the fastest way to get in trouble with the bar. It's playing with people's money, playing with clients' money. We know that that's really what ended up toppling Tom Girardi, even though over out in LA from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, even though for years and years, people complained about things that he was doing, but ultimately it was him owing clients money was the final nail in his proverbial coffin. Okay, so I have I have the lawsuit courtesy of Tracy. So again, if y'all want to tip Tracy, she's the reason why we have this document. If y'all want to tip Tracy, y'all go ahead. Y'all can cash at me. I'll make sure she gets it. And matter of fact, Tracy, I need to send you a cash app myself, child. Anyway, I'll be forgetting. Tracy get mad when I send her money, but I'm going to keep doing it. He may have pulled a Girardi. We're going to find out, Chuck. We're going to read through this lawsuit, and y'all, I'm going to let y'all, because it's just a lawsuit. It's just an allegation. He ain't been convicted of nothing. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have time right now. I'm in the middle of something, but thank you. The only reason why I answered that call is because I'm expecting something from my mom, and it was a 202 phone number, and so I was why. Baby, she talking about something. We calling our neighbors to tell them about the work. The Jehovah's Witnesses is calling you on the phone now? She said we want to talk to you about God's word. They calling you on the phone now? I already don't be answering my phone. They calling you on the phone now, y'all? My apologies. Like I said, the only reason why I answered that is because I'm waiting on something from my mom. Anyway, so this is the lawsuit, y'all. We get ready to go through this lawsuit. Members, it's cold outside. Ray Ray says it's too cold to come knocking on the door. Ray said, we just gonna call you. We just gonna call you. It's too cold to be knocking on people's doors. Child, I didn't know they was calling the people. Lord have mercy. I just got done with all of the political phone calls from the campaigns. Dang. Right. Andrew said they phone banging down to the Kingdom Hall. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all, let's go over this lawsuit. Child, it's raining. It is raining here. It's been raining all day. Hold on. Let me let him know I'm live. The people that said the watch time people that got lazy. Child, I ain't know. So this is the lawsuit, you guys. We're going to go over it, and I'll let you guys be the judge of whether y'all think I mean, it's just an accusation, I should say. Is it allegation or accusation? Is that the same word, just a synonym? Okay. Also, members, my VIPs lit up in green. Y'all might want to check the community walls. A little something on the community wall for y'all. It ain't a lot. It ain't a lot, but just so you know, get the teapot ready. Get the teapot ready. All right, let me make this bigger, y'all. Let me make this screen bigger and let's read. It's semantics. Okay. All right, let's get this bigger. And let's read through this. Y'all saw it. Oh, the members said they saw it. The members said they saw it. Okay, members. So I was told, I'm going to say this and then we're going to get to this lawsuit. I was told to make sure I take my phone this weekend just in case I need to go live. Now, that's what I was told. I was told to make sure, not my phone, my computer. I was told to bring my devices just in case I need to go live. All right, let's get into this lawsuit. We're going to make it a little bit bigger. So here's the complaint. The complaint is filed by a man by the name of Matthew Ray Thompson Jr., and he is suing Anthony Buzzbee LP, and the Anthony Buzzbee Law Firm. Here is the complaint. Plaintiff Matthew Ray Thompson Jr. and through undersigned counsel files this complaint against defendants. We just told y'all who the defendants are. Excuse me. Introduction. Tony Buzzbee is a bombastic. Every time I hear bombastic, all I think of Mr. Bombastic. I don't know. Okay, a bombastic attorney in Houston, Texas, who is fond of saying sunlight is the best disinfectant. Boy, I tell you, these attorneys and this language in these lawsuits, honey, notwithstanding his professed love for transparency, Mr. Buzzbee and the Buzzbee Law Firm used their attorney-client relationship with plaintiff Matthew Ray Thompson Jr. to take over 60% of Mr. Thompson's Jones Act settlement to enrich themselves and at Mr. Thompson's expense by fraudulently overstating case expenses and to further enrich themselves by converting to their own use, maintenance, and cure funds intended to provide living and medical expenses for Mr. Thompson and his family while he was injured. Defendants received these funds on behalf of Mr. Thompson and then, based on information and belief, loaned the funds back to Mr. Thompson at a high interest rate through Venmo transaction. A family members, I think that's supposed to be through Venmo transactions. A family members. See, y'all got typos. I can't take y'all seriously. You have typos in the first paragraph. I can't take you seriously. Miss Corey 11 said that was a jam, right? I'm like, if you listen, hey. You have typos in the first paragraph. I just cannot take you seriously. That don't mean you lying. That just means that sentence doesn't make sense. Let me read it one more time. Sometimes it's me. Let me read it one more time. Based on, okay, first of all, this is a long-ass sentence. Hold on, let me go back to the defendants received these funds on behalf of Mr. Thompson and then, based on information and belief, loaned the funds back to Mr. Thompson at high interest rates through Venmo transactions, a family members. What does that mean, y'all? A family members? I just have to say that's a typo because I can't figure out a way for that to make sense. Okay. At the conclusion of his case, defendants presented Mr. Thompson with a settlement statement that should have disclosed in detail all the fees and expenses Mr. Thompson was being charged. Instead, the Buzzbee law settlement statement does little to disclose where the more than 63%, 63% of Mr. Thompson's recovery went. To obfuscate, the statement uses vague descriptions, scant detail, and no documentation. For example, defendants required Mr. Thompson to travel from Louisiana to Texas repeatedly to see defendants' handpicked doctors. As a result, Mr. Thompson incurred thousands in unnecessary travel and medical expenses, which show up on the settlement statement and various vague descriptions of travel, loans, and other expenses. Mr. Thompson brings this action to recover the funds fraudulently withheld from him and converted by defendants for their own use and enrichment. Oh, Mr. Buzzbee. So here it goes through the parties. We already talked about who the parties were. And then, of course, they have to establish jurisdiction, that they have the right jurisdiction to sue. Now we get into the stuff y'all care about. Here go the facts. Let me look at the chat real quick, because y'all know when I'm reading, I can't see the chat. Let me check the chat. One of Diddy's accusers is on CNN now. The security guard who said that he was blanked by Diddy. I saw they talked about that. I saw that. Dobbs, thank you. Hold on. Okay. My mama just texted me. See, I told you I was waiting on something from my mama, but she texted me. I would have never answered that phone call if I knew that. Okay. Defendants rely on Buzzbee's quasi-celebrity status to lure Louisiana residents such as Mr. Thompson to the Buzzbee firm. Buzzbee's fame, however, is reflected at best. Hold on. Let me read that sentence again. Defendants rely on Buzzbee's quasi-celebrity status to lure Louisiana residents, such as Mr. Thompson, to the Buzzbee firm. Okay, I missed the period. Okay. Buzzbee's fame, however, is reflected at best. That still don't sound right, but okay. Buzzbee and his firm have become famous by making salacious accusations against prominent members of society. Buzzbee has become rich by milking settlements with threats of negative attention from people who rely on their public reputations for livelihood. That sounds like what Jay-Z said. Jay-Z said, you thought you was going to threaten me. Mr. Thompson, who has worked as a deckhand much of his adult life, was impressed by Mr. Buzzbee's public persona, so he hired him as his lawyer. Buzzbee brought none of his glitz and bravado to Mr. Thompson's case. In July of 2023, Mr. Thompson was a deckhand on a vessel that struck a barge in the Houston Ship Canal. Mr. Thompson suffered head, neck, and back injuries. In November 2023, the Buzzbee law firm filed a lawsuit on Mr. Thompson's behalf against Strategic Towing Services, owner of the vessel that Mr. Thompson was on when he was injured. As a Jones Act seaman, Mr. Thompson was entitled to receive monthly maintenance and cure payments while his lawsuit was pending, regardless of the merits of his claim or outcome of the suit. So it looks like there's whenever you see the word act, that's a law. So there's some sort of law called the Jones Act seaman, which it looks like if you filed a lawsuit that meets this criteria of the act, that you get a monthly stipend regardless of whether your claim is good or bad, I guess. It says it's the merits of the claim. So what they're saying is he should have been getting a monthly payment. Okay. All right. Let's keep reading. Based on information and belief, the Buzzbee firm directed Strategic Towing to make Mr. Thompson's maintenance and cure checks payable to them, or deposited Mr. Thompson's checks in its operating account rather than its IOLTA trust account. So when I don't know what IOLTA stands for, but I know that for a lot of attorneys, they put like retainers and stuff like that. They put it in a what's it called? Y'all, what's it called? It was on the tip of my tongue. Escrow. They put it in like an escrow account. So maybe it's something similar to an escrow. If y'all know what it is, put it in the chat for me. Okay. All right. Undoubtedly, Mr. Thompson and his family did not receive the maintenance and cure funds to which Mr. Thompson was entitled. Yeah, I think it is maybe similar to like workman's comp. I mean, but sounds like it's separate, but it's similar to workman's comp where you get that money, right? Okay. Defendants loaned Mr. Thompson his own money in the form of high interest loans. In addition to misappropriating Mr. Thompson's maintenance and cure funds that were intended to provide living expenses for he and his family, defendants used Mr. Thompson's benefits for their own gain. Specifically, rather than giving Mr. Thompson these funds, defendants used Venmo to parse these funds out to Mr. Thompson and his wife in small amounts as high interest loans. Specifically, December 10th of 2023 for traveling. January 2024, travel for Matthew. January 19th of 2024, relocation loan. August the 15th, 2024, travel loan. And September the 16th of 2024, travel loan. Defendants recovered these loans from Mr. Thompson, which was his money to begin with, plus interest. On information and belief, defendants had a pattern of doing the same thing with other clients. Oh my. Well, allegedly, it's a trust account. Thank you, Kenya. So allegedly, the money he was getting for this semen act, that ain't come out right. The Jones Act. The Jones Act, that money should have been his anyway. But instead of giving that man his money, you put it in an account and then you charged him to borrow his own money. Allegedly, that's what the lawsuit's saying. That don't mean it's true. Just because it's in the lawsuit doesn't mean it's true. That's what's in the lawsuit. And they were sending it through Venmo. Ms. Corio Lover said, well, your attorney is paying you via Venmo, red flags and bells and whistles should have been going off. That does seem a little interesting that they paying you through Venmo. That does seem interesting. I mean, I know in today's world, a lot of people move money through Venmo and Zelle and Cash App, but I don't know if I want my attorney Venmoing me. I don't know if I do. I mean, I don't know if that's, I don't have an attorney on retainer, so I don't know if that's common practice, but I don't know if that's what I would want. Okay. Based on information and belief, defendants used Venmo to disperse loans to clients to sidestep the rules of professional conduct. See, and to conceal the fraudulent nature of these transactions. Defendants used vague or fraudulent descriptions of expenses in their statement, in this settlement statements to conceal their inflated nature. With Mr. Thompson, defendants took more than 63% of Mr. Thompson's recovery. Defendants demanded that Mr. Thompson travel from Louisiana to Texas multiple times to see doctors that were handpicked by the defendants. In doing so, defendants inflated expenses, which then were concealed in a settlement statement with scant, if any, description of the medical care Mr. Thompson received in Texas. Based on information and belief, defendants have employed the same or similar tactics in other cases involving injured seamen. Buzzbee's client, Guadalupe Garza, was injured while working on a vessel owned by Callahan Marine Ltd. Buzzbee and sued Callahan Marine in Natchez County, Texas. Under federal law, Mr. Garza was entitled to receive maintenance and cure payments during the pendency of his case. However, Callahan Marine, like Strategic Towing, was instructed to make payments to the Buzzbee law firm. Mr. Garza, Buzzbee's client, claims he never received his payment. Oh, look like he sued too. Garza, he didn't sue, but they have the lawsuit here, Garza versus Callahan. Buzzbee, rather than leaping at the first opportunity to prove Garza's allegations wrong, opposed subpoenas issued by Callahan Marine seeking records to show what happened to Mr. Garza maintenance and cure payments. At a hearing, Callahan Marine's counsel stated, in addition to Mr. Garza, other Buzzbee clients have not received Callahan Marine's maintenance and cure payments. According to records, Buzzbee and his firm deposited maintenance and cure payments to the firm's business account rather than in the trust account. The Buzzbee law firm often lends money to its clients, apparently repackaging the client's own maintenance and cure funds into a loan that must be repaid with interest. In another case, and is this Natchez? Am I saying it right? Natchez County, Texas, in 2023, Callahan Marine moved to designate Buzzbee, the Buzzbee law firm, and Chris Levitt, he's an attorney for the Buzzbee law firm, as responsible third parties for funds paid to the firm client, LaQuelle Tyner. And then they have the lawsuit there, Tyner versus Callahan. Here's a quote from that documentation. In connection with these contested allegations, but in compliance with its obligation under the Jones Act, defendant Callahan paid maintenance and cure payments to the Anthony Buzzbee law firm. These funds, which have been included some of Mr. Tyler's unearned advances, were paid to the Buzzbee firm because they were following their demand. Callahan was unaware that they were not getting the credit that was due, or that these payments were being converted by the Buzzbee firm to appear as tokens of their own generosity. You gotta be kidding me. Buzzbee, you might be in trouble, bruh. It's clear that Mr. Tyner alleges in his pleading that he did not receive all funds he thought were due to him from Callahan, and that he was harmed by the conduct. When Mr. Tyner did not know what Mr. Tyner did not know was that it was his own lawyers that were intercepting the funds, and that his own attorney failed to place them in the IOLTA account. Even worse, these same attorneys have attempted to conceal their own shameful conduct and transform it into a larger damage award for their client. It was the conduct of the responsible third parties that created the lawyer-induced disappointment of Mr. Tyner in his employer Callahan. It was these same lawyers and this law firm who failed to protect said funds in an IOLTA account or distribute them properly to Mr. Tyner. So that's at least two other cases that they saying. Ooh. We reading through this Buzzbee lawsuit, Lexi. It's sounding a little shady. I ain't saying he guilty. I'm saying it sounded a little shady. Based on information and belief, Mr. Thompson and his family are similar victims of the same pattern of abuse and unethical conduct by the Buzzbee law firm. Buzzbee misconduct and abuse was not limited to vulnerable injured seamen. On November the 19th of 2024, the former Buzzbee law firm client filed suit against Buzzbee. This is the one that was filed a few days ago, alleging that while Buzzbee was representing her during her divorce proceedings, he flew into a fit of rage and physically assaulted, leaving her with a chipped tooth. I think they mean to say see, again, I can't with these type of, I think he meant to say he flew into a fit of rage and physically assaulted her, leaving her with a chipped tooth. Following the assault, Buzzbee focused more on concealing his actions than safeguarding his client's interest in the divorce. You assaulted your own client, allegedly? What? Mr. Buzzbee, you allegedly putting your hands on your own clients? Oh my. Okay, thank you. Universal Soul Goddess says an IOLTA account or interest on lawyer's trust account. Thank you. Is a type of checking account that lawyers use to hold client funds and earn interest on them. The interest earned is then donated to a charity. Oh. So you cheating the charities and your clients, allegedly. Child, we almost done, y'all. This lawsuit ain't that long. I like it when they shorten to the point. Okay. In Haywood versus University of Pittsburgh, a federal court invalidated Buzzbee's referral agreement as invalid as a matter of public policy. So, in R.E. Lowe's Home Centers, LLC, Buzzbee was accused of submitting a venue pleading and his client's affidavit that were at best incorrect and at worst fraudulent. To avoid the consequences of his misconduct, Buzzbee unilaterally non-suited the case and refiled it elsewhere. Oh my goodness. So now they bringing up other instances of where you were shady. Okay. Here go the causes of action, y'all. We almost done. Y'all know that's at the end. Mr. Thompson had an attorney-client relationship with defendants as his attorneys. Defendants promised to represent Mr. Thompson with loyalty and care and to help him recover physically and financially from the injury he suffered as a Jones Act seaman. The special relationship gives the attorney insight and control over the client's life that renders him vulnerable, which is why ethics, rule, and applicable law require undivided loyalty to the client. For example, defendants knew that plaintiff struggled with opioid addiction. Opioid addiction was wholly dependent on the Buzzbee law firm to make decisions regarding the litigation that were in his best interest. Now, y'all not just going to slide that in at the end that your client was addicted to drugs. That might, now see, you can't just slide that at the end that your client was addicted to the opioids. You can't just slide that in the end. I mean, don't get me wrong, it may not make a difference. But maybe it gives the argument to say, hey, we were monitoring his money because we thought he was going to go get high. I don't know. Hold on. Hey, sis. Thank you, Kenya, for the super chat. Hey, sis, I think what you read at the beginning meant he was using family members' Venmo accounts to transfer money discreetly, maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe he was using a family member's. Okay. And maybe that's what he was doing. But that would be even shadier. Like if I go to an attorney and attorney is like, I'm going to send you your money. You got Venmo? And I say, no, I don't have Venmo. Do you have a family member that has Venmo? No, you're not sending my money to nobody else. You are not sending my money to nobody else. I don't trust none of my family like that. But I thank you, Kenya, though. Thank you, because that may be what they were saying, but that still sounds shady to me. Okay, so again, I'm not saying that makes a difference. I am saying you tried to slide that in at the end that your client, that Mr. Thompson got a drug addiction problem. Defendant Buzzbee and the Buzzbee law firm owed Mr. Thompson duties of care and loyalty that included safekeeping of funds recovered on his behalf in a trust account or immediate dispersal of funds paid to Mr. Thompson to recover living expenses for he and his family. Defendants breached their fiduciary duties to Mr. Thompson, including by commingling his funds with their operating funds and by misappropriating his funds for their own benefit and by converting his funds to their own use by charging Mr. Thompson interest on those funds to his detriment. Defendants made these loans to Mr. Thompson family members rather than Mr. Thompson himself to sidestep safeguards and rules of professional conduct, which they list those conduct 1.4, 1.5, 1.8, which are expressly intended to protect vulnerable clients like Mr. Thompson. So he's a vulnerable client because he's addicted to the opioids. Okay. Defendants breached their fiduciary duties to Mr. Thompson as described herein, and as will be provided in discovery and at trial and damaged Mr. Thompson by denying him maintenance and cure, charging him interest on his own funds, inflating case expenses, requiring him to incur unnecessary travel and medical expenses and other amounts that will be proven at trial. And then they go on and they list the law. Defendants misappropriated Mr. Thompson's maintenance and cure payments from strategic towing by directing those payments to the Buzzbee law, depositing them into the operating account. Okay, we already know that. Okay, let me make sure they're not, because I think at this point, we got all of this. Was represented, living were left unpaid. Thompson struggled with rent, groceries, utilities, gas, and other expenses that maintenance and cure were expressly intended to cover. Mr. Thomas has been damaged by defendants' misappropriation and misuse of the defendants have concealed from Mr. Thompson the amount of maintenance and cure payments. Okay. In the Texas lawsuit, defendants were pursuing recovery for Mr. Thompson's injury sustained while working as a Jones Act seaman. Plaintiff was entitled to receive maintenance and cure pay. Okay, a lot of this we already went through, child. We get it. He allegedly stole that man money. Hold on. Let me make sure it ain't nothing new. Hold on. Okay. Plaintiff demands a jury trial, request for relief. They want their money. We know what they want. And this is dated December the 9th of 2024. So let me say this. Let's come back. Let's talk. Let's talk for a minute. Let's play devil's advocate for a second, y'all. On its surface, we know that the lawsuit is going to sound like he's guilty and the client is innocent because that's what lawsuits do. This is just an accusation. And they've not been convicted. And Mr. Buzzbee has not filed a response yet. So we don't know what his version of the story is. But let's just contemplate for a second. I don't know none of these people. But I'm pretty sure. I know where you been, Rants and Rambles. Hey, boo. I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure that the argument is going to be, we gave him an advance because he had spent up the money. They want to try to say they gave that man his money and then he blew through it and they loaned him some money because he had blew through his money. Now, to me, when you're dealing with money and deposits and withdrawals, to me, that's real. That should be real easy to prove or disprove. What was deposited? What was withdrawn? Where was it deposited? When was it deposited? How much was it for? How much did you send through the Venmo? I still don't understand why you were sending the money through the Venmo. And I'm not saying that anybody is guilty or not guilty. I'm just saying I'm pretty certain that's what their argument is going to be. Their argument is going to be we gave him his money. He blew through it. So we gave him a loan in advance of his settlement. And when he got his settlement, we took our money back. Now, depending when they say a high interest loan, what was the interest rate? I noticed that wasn't in the lawsuit. I noticed that wasn't in the lawsuit what the interest rate was. What was the interest rate? When you say a high interest loan, what was the interest rate? I mean, what we talking about payday loan interest rate? Are we talking about Visa interest rate? What was the, I need to know. Yeah, you don't play with no Venmo. Right, Choreo Lover. Was it loan shocking? And I'm not saying, listen, I ain't got no dog in this fight. I ain't saying anybody's right or wrong. I'm just playing devil's advocate, y'all. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I know I saw that, Sharice. Thanks, boo. I saw that. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm sure that Mr. Buzzbee will respond at some point. 25%, Melly. That's what it said. I missed it. It said that in the lawsuit. Did I slide over that when I was reading it? Sometimes I'm reading. Did I say 25%? Or you just say 25%? Now 25% is ridiculous. Now if there was 25% interest right now, that is, hell, that's more than the mafia. Shoot. It's illegal to mingle settlement money into a loan. It starts a pattern of graft and abuse. There's a lot of wording you're not supposed to do. True. Yeah, there's definitely very specific rules of code and of conduct that you're supposed to follow when you're dealing with clients' money. Now, that's very clear. Like I said, Tom Girardi, Erica Jane's husband, down out to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That's how he got caught up. It's very clear. And like I said, I've talked to attorneys that said that one thing, the bar might play around with a lot of things. They might give you a lot of leeway, but they do not play when it comes to clients' money. They do not play when it comes to clients' money. Seems to me like this should be an easy thing to prove or disprove. And like I said, if the payments were coming in from this account, where were they being deposited? When were they being deposited? How much was being deposited? What did Mr. Thompson get and when did he get it? How much did he get it for? When he got his settlement? Now, also too, again, the rules of conduct are clear as well when it's time for you, because I know I've had lawsuits, and when I got my settlement, I want to know where all the money went. I mean, I was a lot younger then than I am now, but my parents sure looked over it. Okay. They're charged credit card rates on those settlement loans. I know people who have lost their whole check due to those loans. Yeah. Buzzbee, Mr. Buzzbee, this ain't a good look. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Again, I'm playing devil's advocate. Y'all don't get mad at me now. Don't start yelling at me from the chat. But I'm playing devil's advocate now. I'm asking y'all a question. Do you find the timing of this lawsuit interesting? I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just asking y'all. Do y'all find the timing of this lawsuit interesting? Now, there was another lawsuit filed in November against Mr. Buzzbee. That's the one where the lady said allegedly he physically assaulted her. That was in November. I find it interesting all these lawsuits are coming up against Mr. Buzzbee in the last couple of months. I'm not saying he's not guilty, though, because I don't know. But I'm just saying the timing looks very interesting. Okay, some people say yes. People in the chat are saying yes. The devil doesn't need an advocate. Don't do me. I be the Don't do me. I do. If he's been scamming, why are we hearing about it now? Well, I mean, again, that doesn't mean he's innocent. Doesn't mean he's guilty, but it doesn't mean he's innocent. I'm just asking. Just asking. Jay-Z went out and found some angry clients. Listen, I guess Jay-Z said, you ain't the only person that could put a 1-800 number out asking people who've been violated. Remember, Buzzbee had that press conference and he put that 1-800 number out for anybody that was a victim of Diddy. I guess Jay-Z said, you ain't the only person that can put out an 800 number, honey. They both are using the same investigator, I hear, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was some shady business. I absolutely believe Jay had a hand in pushing some lawsuits, or it could be that Buzzbee is pushing that Jay-Z lawsuit because he knew about these troubles coming, hoping for a quick check. Rants and rambles, that's a good way of looking at it from the other side. Like, hey, maybe he was trying to get a quick lick because he knew he had some stuff coming down the pipe. That could be it too. That could be it too. Well, we'll keep an eye on this, you guys. We'll try to keep up. You know, sometimes these lawsuits, they get filed and it's hard for us to get the follow-up. But we'll try to keep up and see if and when Buzzbee files a response. Because I'll be interested to hear his response to this. I would be very, very interested to hear what was his response to these allegations. Because again, it sounds to me like this should be really easy to clear up. Either like, when did you get, you messaged me? You know, sometimes with Instagram, for some reason with Instagram, sometimes those messages don't come all the way through. Hold on. Because I ain't see it. Hold on. Let me make sure. Hold on. I don't see. Let me scroll down. Let me see. I got 2 requests that. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, that's not it. I don't see it. Hold on. I promise you I don't see it. Let me make sure this. Is this you? No, this not you. I promise you I don't see it. I don't want you to put your Instagram out there publicly, but I don't see it. You messaged, okay. And the last time you sent me a message, it came right through. I don't know why I don't see it. It ends with a 38. Okay, I'm gonna look for it. 38. I'm sorry, y'all. We almost done anyway, y'all. We were at the end of the lawsuit, but I don't wanna, y'all know my memory is bad, so I don't want to get out here. Did you just send me a message just now? You did. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. I'm about to drop you my home phone number now. I'm about to drop you my phone number now. And so text me and then we'll link up. I'm gonna let you know what time my flight gets in and what hotel I'm staying in. Sorry about that, y'all. So we was about to get off of here anyway. We will spin the wheel next week after I get back. Y'all know, well, I might go live tomorrow night. If I go live tomorrow, we'll spin the wheel tomorrow night. We'll do a regular try meeting tomorrow night. Something I was getting ready to say to y'all before I got off of here. Ooh, wait a minute. It was something I just saw. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Somebody just sent me a message. Hold on. Oh, okay. So we did a double dip today, you guys. If you are a member, check the members only. Check the community wall. I'll probably go live tomorrow night. Not sure what time. We'll probably do a regular tribe meeting unless some breaking news comes through. And I will see y'all on the other end. I will probably go live this weekend. Y'all know I'm traveling this weekend, but I'll probably go live. And with that being said, I'm about to get up off of here. Thank y'all for being here. If you have not done so already, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, go on and subscribe. And I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.